Hello, hello, beautiful Lovetarians. This is Natalia PH, and this is a web class on how to transform your life with the Lovetarian Way. I would like to welcome you and thank you so much for coming to this web class, and I truly hope that you will learn something, you will get some guidance, and I want to ask you a few things. Please, I beg you, leave all your judgments outside. Just come into this space, relaxed, and whatever you might expect, just let it go, because I am not going to be convincing you of anything. I'm not going to be, telling you some truths. I'm going just to simply present what is coming through me, what has been coming through me forever. And if you align with it, awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. I really am grateful that you are here. And really, if you tune into it, and I'll do my best to have this class in 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, there is a lot of knowledge here. There is a lot of guidance. Take what you want, take what you resonate with, and let go of everything else. So I want to welcome people on YouTube. I want to welcome people on Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, please give StreamYard permission to show your name. So next to this video, there is a text at the bottom or on the side. Please have a look. And you need to click the button to give permission to StreamYard to show your name. Answer I know your name, that will be very cool because we can interact. At the end of this class, I will have an open space to answer questions. So if you have any questions, please put them in the comment box here, and I will be addressing them at the end of this class. Okay, so thank you, welcome. My name is Natalia PH, and I am a Lovetarian, and I'm going to take you on a journey to transform your life with the Lovetarian Way. Hello, Sharon. Hello, people all over the web. Thank you once more for coming. I would ask you to please just get comfortable first and take deep breaths. Just relax and get into this receptive state. So let's together for 1 minute, well, maybe 10 breaths. Let's take 10 deep conscious breaths. In on 5 and out on 5 counts, yeah? So 5, 5. Let's do that just for 10 breaths together. In on 5, out on 5. So to balance, to align our energies, to release all expectations, all judgments, any thoughts that might be blocking you from receiving whatever is coming here today. All right? So please keep breathing, and I will begin this class in a second. Oh, people are coming in. Let's give them a moment. Keep breathing. Maybe I encourage you to take a glass of water. That is always good to have. And we'll begin in just a moment. I like to have slides when I'm presenting because it helps me focus and also allows you to learn in different ways. I'm going to be sharing something that I have been receiving for quite some time. And some people learn better by watching. Other people learn better by listening, right? So I want to make it as easy as possible. Cool. I believe we are ready to begin now. Let me just take a sip of water. I have my focus bowl. It is a beautiful crystal bowl that when I hold it, it helps me align with my higher self even more, helps me focus. Okie dokie. It's 5 minutes in. Let's begin. And you just keep breathing as we are going through this. Now you will see slides more than me, and I will follow the rhythm. And you just chill and listen. Okie dokie. So this class begins with explaining the journey on the Lovitarian Way. The Lovitarian Way is actually a quantum inner journey which leads you back to you, to your source. My purpose is just to show you what I have been experiencing and how I've been helping others experience the Lovetarian way and the results that I have achieved and they have achieved or keep achieving, because it's an ongoing process. So as you journey on this way, you liberate yourself from fear and suffering, and you keep doing that. It's an ongoing process. You get to co-create your life with passion, peace, guided by your source. You get to experience magic and miracles of self-love, compassion, transformation, contributing to co-creation of heaven on earth reality, embodying your source energy, your higher self. So why do I know that this is possible? Well, my higher self, my family of light, has been guiding me for years now. And well, anybody who is on this journey of awakening, they know that it is a spiral road, it's a roller coaster, it's a winding path. And actually in the mystery school, when I'm initiating the mystery school with the Sophia Code, we call it a dragon ride. And let me tell you, it's been a dragon ride, okay? To sum it up for you in just a few minutes, what I have been liberating myself from, and some of those things I have totally liberated myself from over the years through embracing this way of living, is the following. 22 years of eating disorder, okay? I had bulimia for 22 years, believe it or not. It's been a journey. And cancer diagnosis, yes, I had that adventure too. Broken hearts several times, and then I met my soulmate, and I'm married to that soulmate of mine for 18 years now. Financial challenges with near financial ruin, yeah, that happened too. Obsessive compulsive perfectionism, yes, well, that has been an incredible journey from my mind to my heart, and I'll be talking more and more about it as I go on. So I call those lessons the liberation process. I call this a blessing because it has been a huge blessing to me, and I'm actually more than certain that it had been a blessing, because not only have I had visions about it, but also I have been more consciously aware that all that has happened to me actually happened for me. So what have I seen in the visions? And then I have actually researched as well, because, one thing is you get the vision and then you need to get to trust it. So you go out there and you start researching, right? So this is what I collected, both through my own experience and on this very long journey of researching other people's experiences as well. So those blessings, the origins of blessings or lessons, different people call it different names. One is a soul's plan to help us evolve and step onto the Lovetarian way. Other people might not call it the Lovetarian way, they might call it the journey of awakening. I'm not attached to the name. The Lovetarian way is something that came through me, and I will tell you in a moment how that happened. But yes, that is one of the origins. And another one is actually early childhood programming. So by the age of 7 years old, we take it all in. And here is the thing that ancients knew for a very long time. One of those ancient teachers, St. Ignatius Loyola, the founder of the Jesuit Brotherhood, he said, "Give me a child till he's 7 years old and I will show you the man." Right? That tells you enough. So the programming, which I call bajki, that is a Polish word. If you're Eastern European or Central European, maybe you know the word. It actually translates into fairy tales. So those bajki, the programming, they have been told to us ever since we were children. And maybe some of these fairy tales, stories, you will very much relate to. So for example, a knight in a shining armor on a white horse who saves the princess from oppression, right? It's a dangerous world out there. All sorts of stories we've been told. Never trust strangers. You've got to struggle and fight to be successful. You've got to be thin to be healthy and beautiful. Girls must act like a lady. Believe it or not, I've heard it more than enough times in my lifetime. You've got to marry and have children before a certain age. And especially if you come from certain cultures, you will be hearing a lot of that. Boys don't cry. A lot of men can relate with that, I'm sure. You can only become rich by not being fair, cheating, and competing. And you can add some of yours. Actually, think about it for a moment and see if you can relate to some of those stories, right? Now, those Baiki, the stories, they are lovely, lovely stories. They were universally true when they taught us about love, care, good in people. Some of them were also very misleading and actually quite false when they taught us about all the evil in the world, all the darkness, all the dangers. They really programmed us into the field of fear, if you will, into the field of darkness. And I say misleading because once wise teacher said, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. So if you believed those stories, if you took them as your operational programming, if you will, you can actually liken it to a computer. This programming had been put into your being as a computer software, into the hardware of your being. And until you change the program, you are like a little robot, right? Then add to this the soul's planning, right? The soul had a plan before it came here. And then, of course, you've forgotten that you are a soul, like amnesia. That is also a part of its choice as we come to incarnate here to be. Then this programming is imprinted on you. Boom. And then you go and you get to create your life with a lot of suffering. A lot of suffering. So, but, right? Now, transforming your life with the Lovitarian way, you will choose that programming and you will get to choose consciously to look at all these stories as a gift. And what is this gift? Well, humans, as children, we are so free and joyful. Then those Baiki or programming start to pile up and penetrate our consciousness. We become like those little sleeping beauties, right? Who keep on going without questioning what we've been taught. As adults, we get to consciously choose to question all these stories and become conscious co-creators of our experience. We get to live and create the most amazing, magical existence of our own Baika. We get to write our own story, our own fairy tale here on earth, creating heaven on earth for ourselves and all. So this gift is a gift of conscious choice to awaken to the truth of who you really are. And you are who? Quantum co-creator of reality, energy being having a human experience. Actually, divine feminine ascended master Hathor, because as you know from my previous statement, I actually initiate with the mystery school of the Sophia Code. We actually get to work with divine feminine ascended masters, among them Ascended Master Hathor from Egypt, and she speaks this beautiful statement on page 108 of our codex, the Sophia Code, right? That's what she says here. As your awareness discovers its ability to engage with your unlimited nature, you realize that the radical truth of who you really are in a multidimensional universe. Loving yourself becomes natural. Self-discovery becomes joyful, limitations invoke your laughter, and divinely inspired creativity. The world of form becomes your cosmic playground. So if you get to accept that gift of conscious choice and you get to awaken from all these stories, my goodness, this becomes like the best game ever. So how I remember the gift of my true nature and choice? Well, welcome to being a human. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional, as Buddha said, right? I started to become very, very free when I realized that this prison, the cage, the suffering was actually a construct, energetic construct of my thoughts. And this is what I have been living before I awakened, right? 22 years of eating disorder, cancer diagnosis, which, well, later appeared not to be so. But it was presented to me as such, and I could have believed that, and I suffered. I'm not going to go into those stories much deeply here. All those stories are told on my blogs, in my lives. I just want to give you some empowering tools here in this presentation to help you liberate yourself from this cage. And we can do it with the gift, right? With the conscious choice. So suffering originates in our attachment to programming. I mean, programming happens whether we like it or we don't like it. Everybody gets programmed at certain point in our life. It's like when we're children, by the age of 7 years old, what can you do? I mean, children today are much more awake, and I find that maybe I was clueless. I had glimpses of my true nature. When I was 3 years old, for example, I saw myself from above and I observed myself as this human little baby. So my awareness, my consciousness, my source energy was observing me as a baby. But did I know about it? Like, did I realize that this is my power? No, it happened. I saw it and I forgot about it. Again, amnesia, back into it, right? Then again, when I was older, my grandpa who passed on, it was my favorite grandpa, he passed on and he visited me, and I was very, very scared. So I did not accept that gift because I was too scared to connect with him through love, through the Libertarian way, right? I was afraid. So I was programmed not to believe that there is something else out there but what we can touch, what we can see with our eyes, with our senses, right? I was not open to this world of energy, to the spirit world. But my soul had chosen to awaken previous to my incarnation, and so it happened through all this suffering, right? So the thoughts that I have been overcoming and liberating myself with, you can just read them yourself, and I'm sure that you can relate, right? Can you relate to the thoughts of unworthiness, lack of self-love, self-compassion? You need to maybe get validation and approval from outside world. You don't belong. You feel like a weirdo. You are suffering total anguish, mental, spiritual, physical. I mean, you are suicidal. My God, this has been a ride. Right? It's been a ride, and it's been going for decades. I'm 45 now, so I have consciously chosen to awaken in 2009. Finally, after all this suffering, one can only suffer as much. But I'm going to get to that. So yeah, a little bit about me if you don't know me, a little bit more details. I was born in Poland, in communist Poland, actually. So that also, I chose to land in the environment of what? Struggle, fight, and it was rather gray. I mean, of course, these two loving people, my parents, they did the best they could. I mean, really, they did the best job they could. But they as well were programmed to believe that the way to succeed in life is through struggle, through fighting, through competition, work, compete, be the best. If you don't make it, there's not enough for everyone, right? People get their money certain way. The richest people get the money certain way. You've got to fight, struggle, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's nothing new. I love my parents so much. I actually, after years of growing together, we have built a relationship that is really quite awakening now. Because the thing is, the more I've awakened, the more they are also awakening, and they are willing to accept more and more of those things that are true to me now. Because if they don't, well, we don't have much way of communicating. So it's like when you start to awaken more and more and more, the people around you will also awaken more and more and more, because you radiate that energy. And so it happens by the connection of energy. But if they don't awaken, then what happens is you fall apart, right? Luckily, my parents' souls, they also chosen to awaken, and they are going in their baby steps, and that's fantastic. So I am dispelling, I am reprogramming myself, I am rebirthing myself, and I am overcoming all the programming from my childhood. And I'm a way shower to my parents. So I actually, funny enough, I feel like I'm showing the way to them now, because I am the first one in my lineage to have made such a choice. You probably are, I don't know you, but you might be also the first one in your lineage. So good for us, because the more of us awaken, the better the world will be, right? So my journey of conscious awakening started only in 2009. So it's what, 12 years now, another beautiful cycle. And during this time, it was just like this, what you see here. It's not been all straight line. It's up and down and up and down and up and down and winding. And, I created quite a bit. I've launched different programs. I had been a partner in a marketing agency with my husband, and we are doing this still. I have had a film production company, which was really, really nice. And I have been creating spiritual programs. I have been introducing those spiritual concepts, the way of energetic living, into every single thing that I have been doing. And I've been healing. Honestly, I have been on a healing journey all this time, and still I am. Every day I'm healing more, and every day I get to awaken more and more and more. So are you, right? It's not a destination, it's a journey. And this journey oftentimes takes a long time. It's actually a lifetime. Because if we were all super awakened, like, I don't know, Buddha or Jesus or other masters, we would already be probably ascending and going into another realm to do another work. We are here as humans, and we get to awaken more and more and more and become more conscious and show the way to others. So actually last year in 2020, my journey had accelerated like, turbo, because when I turned 44, I had a vision. I consciously started to meditate in a series of meditations called actually Breath of Light, created by a partner of mine, business partner of mine, and a friend, Brian D. Ridgway. And Brian, who is known as a spell breaker, he created this process called Breath of Light. So I said, I'm going to choose to commit to that. So I did. And after several weeks of meditating every single day according to this process, I started to get a series of visions. And I wanted to get answers to, what is the deal with this journey of mine? I'm in the 11th year, and, like, what do you want me to do? Like, which way do you want me to go now? And I've been asking this omniscient awareness of mine, the part of me that is knowing all of it, right? My source energy, my higher self. And, I've asked long enough. It only took a few sessions, and then I get the vision. And it was a very powerful vision, which is depicted on my logo. If you see my logo, first of all, it's on this blue background. It's this dark womb. It represents the field of all possibilities, the mother creatrix of all life. That's what we call the field in the mystery school. You can call it God, you can call it source, whatever you want to call it. Believe me, it's not attached to what you call it, as long as you know that it's there and you are a part of it. So out of this field in my vision, out of this darkness, which, by the way, I felt I was one with it, came light. And this light kept coming, like you see those sparks, little stars. And the light represented the intentions of each of us, of our being to come into existence. So out of darkness came light. And I knew one of these little lights was me. And then I saw this light. Actually, I get goosebumps everywhere when I talk about it. It was so beautiful. It was really visceral, right? It was like really, I was not this body. I was just in this process. Then I started to transform, this light started to transform into this beautiful butterfly, which you can see here on the logo. And this butterfly was a being of balance, water and fire. And there was all the elements mixed into this, which, well, maybe you don't see so well on the logo, but all earthly elements. It was all mixing in this infinite flow. And the infinite flow, the infinity here represents our rebirthing over and over and over again on this journey of awakening. And I heard the words, the Lovetarian, the Lovetarian, the Lovetarian, the Lovetarian way. So it was incredible vision where I just didn't have to think anything. I just received those downloads, and it was clear to me that it represented us as we come to be, courageously choose to become the most amazing, beautiful butterfly, to awaken in this lifetime on planet Earth and co-create heaven on earth, the Lovetarian way. So that was my vision. Take it as I give it to you and run it through your being and see if you resonate. And you don't have to believe me. It's not a question of belief here. It's just a resonance, whether you resonate with it or not. Maybe you had your own version of it, right? That is what had happened to me. And since then, more alignment started to come, more and more and more. And then a friend of mine introduced me to this codex, the Sophia Code, which is a modern mystery school. And I started to initiate with the ascended masters of the dragon tribe. Funny enough, I am a dragon of fire. Actually, 1976, I came to be 1976 in March, which is a year of a fire dragon. And I have been burning on my path, right? Out of existence and back right into it, rebirthing, overcoming different challenges, becoming wiser, deeper being, more conscious being, right? So seeing all those gifts more and more and more. So the Sophia Code and work with the Sophia Code over the last year, now it's more than a year, I'm about to actually start what is called Sophia Circle Journeys. I'll be offering that very soon, when I'm going to be facilitating a space for the Ascended Masters to guide the initiates. For now, the Transform Your Life with the Lovitarian Way, this class and what I'll offer later as an online course to you, which is super affordable, is to actually create a foundation for your growth and transformation, to help you align your energies. As I saw in that vision, this butterfly kept aligning all the energies, the light and the darkness, masculine and feminine, fire and water, right? All the elements were aligning all the time, like a spiral, infinity, never-ending circle and a journey of awakening. So that was the vision. And yeah, if you want to know more about me, just go on social media, go on Google, you'll find everything about me. I'm not going to talk much more because everything is out there. And my book my life is an open book, so you can find anything you want, and I'm completely open. There's no skeletons in my closet. I don't hold back. As Jesus said, Ascended Master Jesus, use your life as a platform, as a springboard, so people, all the experiences that you went through might serve others to help them rebirth and transform. So there it is. Go and research, my child. I don't mind, and ask the questions if you want. But basically, yeah, everything is out there. So now further lessons that I had received, right, from my higher self. And of course, backed it by research later on. Everything in existence is energy in form and formless. So your thoughts, your feelings, bodies, words, they exist as an energy form in the field of oneness. Mother Creatrix, infinite field of possibilities, God, whatever name you want to put on it. It's your choice, whatever you believe it is called. This energy is vibrating at different frequencies within this quantum field. And the energy cannot be created or destroyed, as Mr. Einstein said. It can only change form, right? So some of you know, when we leave this body, we will move on as an energy form. The body will disintegrate or will be burnt, whatever we choose. But we will go on, right? The energy keeps going. And we go on this journey of rebirthing and awakening more and more and more. What I came to find through this journey is that we can awaken very intensely, very fully in this lifetime, and we can choose consciously to end all suffering, because right now we are at the dawning of the golden age of miracles. As the Ascended Masters are telling us, lots of beings are coming to contact with humanity now, and we get to hear, we get to see, we get to experience this prophecy of the golden age of miracles. So magic and miracles is a real deal, and we get to co-create our reality by aligning our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions with love, if we choose to. And I will go deeper in a moment. For that to actually sink in deeper, we need to also acknowledge that all energy is connected to all energy. Yeah, the outside and inside is like a mirror, the energy mirror effect, as above as below. You know, the brain cell looks like the universe. Everything in the universe is like a hologram, right? So all is connected. All is connected. So what you actually choose to do, it matters. It matters. It's like some people say, well, I'm just a little person in this big world. Well, you're a little person in this bodysuit, but the big person, the energy that you are, it's infinite, and it's connecting with everything in the universe. So that's the beauty. That's a real beauty of you. That's the conscious co-creator within you, but you need to take the journey inside to find that out and connect with your source. You need to accept that if you want. Or you can suffer like I did. It's your choice. But the fact is, that is my truth. I believe maybe it's your truth as well. Maybe you're playing with the concept. I know. It's not a belief anymore. I know. It's a visceral knowing. I've been co-creating my life as an energy being, deriving from the energy source, from the field, and as a person that is connected to all there is. And you get to choose consciously to live as a physical body, separated from quantum field, run by those programs that we talked about at the beginning, or you get to live as a source energy in physical human body, quantum energy being, quantum co-creator, like Ascended Master Hathor invites us to do. And you can get to play this game, wow, as an incredible conscious co-creator, co-creating with source energy, call it higher self, call it family of life, whatever. There is this larger energy that is a part of you, and you might get to have a privilege to work with Ascended Masters, or you can just work with your higher self, who is super, super powerful. So actually, it's all about you connecting with that super, super powerful part of you. If you have developed your psychic abilities, you can get to connect with your whole team. You know, out there, you might be a starseed, you might be an old soul, you might be whatever, you know, coming from whichever galaxy, for what I know. You know, you will get to find out when you practice more and more of this gift of the conscious awareness and the processes that we are going to be talking more in depth about here. Yeah, I'm not a native speaker, so if I speak funny, bear with me. Eh? I probably could speak in a light language here and channel something funny, but yeah, maybe we wouldn't understand each other. So depending on your choice, your human experience will be very, very, very different. My role is to guide you on your journey with the Lovetarian Way in this quantum field of possibility, to assist and guide you in remembering that you are quantum being. You have a quantum power within you. You are source energy, a hologram of Mother Creatrix of all life, of that field. And to guide you to consciously focusing and refocusing, aligning in your daily communion with your source, with your higher self. I'm sorry to say, since we have been programmed, we can keep forgetting, right? So we need to keep remembering, and we need to practice, because I don't know where you are in your journey, but since you're here, there's something going on already with you. There's more to you. You are awakening. So if you get to practice, just as you get to practice your physical muscle, you get to practice your daily communion with your source energy, and I'll give you your daily practice later on, you will start to remember more and more, and you will be able to consciously focus and align daily with that source energy of yours. And of course, I am here to guide you in your transformation by living the principles and the 4 pillars of the Lovitarian Way, so you can experience your magic and miracles, heaven on earth, and contribute to the evolution of consciousness. It does start with you. If you want to see what other people say about working with me, there is plenty of stuff on social media, of course, but here are just a few testimonials that I have received from the girls that I have been working with for 19 weeks. We had a fabulous workshop. Whoops, I went too far. And these are the goddesses I have been working with. I call them goddesses, as I call you goddess, as I call you God, if you're a dude. Everybody, as we said, is a hologram. It's a holon of this beautiful divine source energy that we are part of. And if you choose to align to live by the guidance of your higher self, by the guidance of your source, of course you are a god and you're goddess. You're the best, incredible genius that you can be, because you have unique gifts and nobody has the gifts that you do. Only you have them, right? So some of these goddesses, they had some lovely results. Whether you're gonna have those results or not, man, girl, I can't guarantee that, because it is what? You've got to source from the gift, yeah? You get to choose to align every single day. If you do, 100%, there will be transformation. There will be transformation. So these women, they chose to practice what we have been teaching. They chose to practice already the stuff that I'm going to give you in this web class. You're already getting hints, right? Daily communion with your higher self. Some more testimonials, why not? But you get the gist, right? It will be as effective for you as much work you're going to put into it. As simple as that. We are co-creators of our reality with the source energy, with our higher self. If you choose to make those choices consistently, the enlightened choices, love-derived choices, you will get to increase the quality of your life in all areas of your life. So this is just a few words from the girls. So now let's get to the meaty stuff. Gonna get the sip of water. The 4 pillars of the Lovitarian Way. If you've been a member of the Lovitarian Way group or the Lovitarian Way movement, you already know some of it. But the foundation of the Lovitarian Way is what I felt when I was in that field. I just felt love. I was love, there was love, and then I got the Lovitarian Way, the way of love. The love is the answer, my friend. The foundation of the Lovitarian Way is unconditional self-love. What does that even mean, right? Love is conditional or it's not conditional. What is the deal with love? Well, why I say it's unconditional is because, again, of this programming, right, that had been imprinted on us. And for us just to say, oh, I love myself, oh, this and that. But then the programming comes in, right? And it's so very challenging for most of us to even look in the mirror and say, I love you so much. If you cannot do it, that you're looking in the mirror and you say to yourself, I love you. If you can't do that, there's work, right, to be done. And why can't you not say that? Because of all this programming, right? Because you have been conditioned to believe you can love yourself if you're good, right? If you look a certain way, if you provide, if the story goes, right? So the foundation of the Lovitarian Way is your willingness to accept that you derive from unconditional love, and you get to choose to mirror that state. You need to say, I choose to love myself unconditionally. There is no condition. It doesn't matter what you had done. It doesn't matter. Another thing, think about it this way. In this quantum field of all possibilities that I'm guiding you through, science confirms it without a doubt, quantum physics. There is no past, there is no future. The present moment, this moment right here, right now, is the moment of your choice. You could have done lots of things, but if you choose to align right now and say, I'm choosing the Lovitarian Way, I'm choosing to love myself completely and unconditionally. I'm going to align all my thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything, my words, my actions with that feeling. And obviously the pillars will guide you on that process. But this is the start, the foundation. Everything is built on a foundation, strong roots. And the Lovetarian Way is depicted here as a temple, because that's this, you could think about it like a vibrational temple, your safe house, right? It's like you don't need to imagine yourself in the field. You can be floating in that field, but in that field, then you can imagine like a Merkaba, like a sacred geometry that turns into this beautiful temple, the Lovetarian temple. And at the base of it is your root, is your foundation, right? The unconditional self-love. That's what you sit on. That's where from everything's, blossoms from this unconditional self-love, right? And those pillars, the 4 pillars, they are there to create this, beautiful square around you that is actually in this beautiful bubble of your imagination, visualization, and you get to lean on those pillars and live by those pillars, sitting on the foundation like on a lotus flower, right? And you get to love yourself so much that you will embrace those pillars and you will practice them every single day, and you can then get into communion with your higher self. All right, so the foundation, unconditional self-love, is something that you need to choose. You choose daily to align with that love. The field, the mother, loves us all. There is no judgment. So do you choose to mirror and embody that love? That's the beginning of everything. And why do I know this? Because spirituality is your own journey. That has been my journey. Do you think I loved myself when I was throwing up for 22 years? I was completely disconnected from the source of my power. I did not love myself. I despised myself. And why? Because there was programming imprinted on me, and I believed the programming, right? The moment I awakened, and it happened by realizing that I actually have a choice to choose to stop believing in this programming. And no, it did not happen overnight. Oh, I'm 22 years throwing up and then it's gone. No, it had been a gradual process. It had been a spiral journey where my awareness was deeper and deeper and deeper. And I got to think better thoughts about myself. I started to feel better about myself. I started to speak better about myself. And I started to heal until I had no need for that experience, that lesson, that gift. I've received that gift, that blessing of that lesson. It was gone. I have chosen to really truly mirror the true nature, my true nature. Love myself first, because yes, you need to love yourself first. How many of us love everybody around us, but not ourselves, and sacrifice ourselves for others? You're not to sacrifice yourself for others. You are to embody that incredible self-love, which will be so beautiful and so powerful that you will basically not have any other option but to radiate. So much light will be coming out of you that people will want some of that medicine, and the medicine will be you. I mean, this whole thing that Gandhi said, be the change, it's not a cliche. It's the truest truth. You've got to start in your temple of your being, right? It's an inner journey. Byron Katie, one of my favorite teachers, she says there are 3 businesses, right, in this world. It's your business, it's their business, and it's God's business. Your business is to take care of your business 24/7. It's not your business to take care of their business, and it's certainly not your business to take care of God's business. So if you deal with the business of loving yourself 24/7 initially, as you truly start loving yourself more and more and more, take my word for it, you will be propelled into helping others and showing the way to others. That is just the nature and the expansion of the Lovetarian way. But if you don't first love yourself, when you're on a plane, what do they say to you, right? In case of emergency, put the oxygen mask on yourself first, even before you attend to the children. Because what good are you? What good are you if you cannot breathe? And breath is like love, right? Everybody needs love. Everybody needs to breathe. So you need to love yourself, create a strong foundation, and then you will be propelled on your journey as by your soul's plan. Releasing the programming, keeping what is good and serving your highest and best good, releasing everything else. And it is a process you don't have to force, because the more you love yourself, the more you will be awakening naturally. It will be a natural process, just like nature. You don't have to force trees to bloom, roses to open. Some people do with fertilizers and all that, and wow, not a fan, right? It's not good, it's not bad, it's what it is. But if you get to taste fruits and vegetables that actually grew naturally, organically, my God, what a difference, right? As opposed to all this artificially created thing. You get the feeling, right? So foundation, self-love. And then the 4 pillars. Pillar 1, accept 100% responsibility for your life. Energies you exude and energies you take in. And those pillars 1 through 4, they are again flowing, interconnected. It's not a linear process, it's a spiral, and it's an infinite connection between those pillars. And it deepens and it deepens and it deepens the more you awaken, the more you practice the gift of conscious choice, the more you practice the gift of unconditional self-love. This just deepens naturally as you act like an evolution of a butterfly, right? And I am a guide. I am somebody who can observe this process, but I cannot do it for you, because you know what happens when you would try to open butterfly's wings, right? Well, you would kill the butterfly. Everything has to be birthed in its own rhythm. We are all on our individual journeys. Some people might take 100 years and thousands of lifetimes to come to where you are right now. And some of us can have an accelerated awakening. God knows. God is my witness, or Mother Creatrix is my witness. I have suffered enough in lifetimes and in this lifetime. And then I said, enough. I saw the mental construct of my thoughts and the amount of suffering I have caused myself, the feelings that it created, and I said, enough. I'm awakening to my power. Enough. And again, it took a while. I showed you 2009, from 2009 to 2021, it's been 12 years. Oh my God. But you know what? Every time you awaken more, and then you have a moment, you drop your consciousness a little down, and then you awaken more. You don't start from the bottom, you start where you left off, and you go deeper into the spiral of awakening. Your consciousness expands more and more and more. So nothing is wasted in the universe. Our souls had chosen for us to go through certain paths. And of course, within that path, we have many roads. All those roads lead home. So it might be very helpful for you to know that you actually are not making mistakes per se. The mistakes are actually, I call them lessons, because you get to have certain experiences, and if you repeat the same experiences, that's just meaning that you have not learned your lesson, that you're not yet ready to graduate to the next evolutionary step. So if you look at it this way, as a blessing, right, as a gift, you will be able to actually evolve faster, more, with less pain. And you will be able to forgive yourself for whatever it is that you had to experience. And if you look at every single person as a conscious co-creator or unconscious co-creator, but basically everybody is creating, whether consciously or unconsciously, we are all having our higher selves. We are all equal. We are all in a moment where we can really awaken. In this time in history, the field is so saturated with love and light. And there's so much information available in the field. People, if they want to, if they have this evolutionary impulse to awaken, oftentimes through pain, they can do that, right? So you don't need to look at others as victims. No. They also have a choice to awaken. Your job is to do what? Take care of your own business of self-love, right? So that you can be a way shower. Because what way shower would you be if you don't truly embody unconditional self-love? So take responsibility for that. Do you accept 100% responsibility to consciously choose to live in the cage of programming? Question number 1. Or liberate yourself from all suffering and joyfully co-create with the source as awakening human, the Lovetarian way. So if you do, let's go further through those pillars. So pillar 1, we talked about 100% responsibility. Now pillar 2 guides us to embrace the golden rule. And why would we do that? What is the golden rule? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Well, sounds good on paper. It's an ancient ethical formula, right? So I'll give you a pragmatic reason why to do that. Because since all the energy is connected with all energy, if you choose kindness and love, if you do that, in fact, and everything is a mirror, who are you kind to and loving to? Yourself. If you're kind to yourself, really kind to yourself, if you really love yourself, really on this deep, deep level, you will start respecting all life more and more and more. And if you choose to be kind to others, embrace the golden rule, do not do to them what you don't want done to yourself. Life will mirror that back to you more and more and more. Again, provided that you will source from the gift and you will choose consciously to believe that this is so. Because if your belief system says, I've got to compete, right? I've got to destroy others to thrive, you will keep perpetuating this kind of programming. But as an awakening human, choosing choosing to believe that our true nature is unconditional love, that our job is to embody unconditional love and co-create heaven on earth, the Lovitarian way, then of course you've got to be the way shower and you've got to act accordingly, be the change. And believe me, you will benefit sooner or later. The more you practice, the more you will benefit. Somebody said, don't remember which philosopher, altruism is the highest form of egoism. What was he really saying there? So if you're good to others, if you're generous, giving, you actually feel good, right? That's the truth for me. I don't know if that is the truth for you. It might not be the truth for you if you say, okay, I'm going to be kind to people, but then I'm on the lookout, I'm attached to the reaction, right? This is not what we're talking about here. Your business is to embody that beauty for your sake, because you love yourself that much and you know that they are part of you. And if you do that, the more you release the programming, the more you will start to get that evidence. But don't necessarily expect that this person next to you will change in 5 seconds. Better yet, have no expectations. Just do your thing, because it makes you feel good. Because when you are loving and when you're grateful and when you are kind, you actually are connecting to that essence of yours, to that source of yours, and you start to embody and radiate more and more and more of that, and you increasing your vibrational frequency more and more and more goodness comes to you. Maybe not necessarily from that person, but from the field, because the field mirrors everything, right? As above, as below, and the other way around, right? So you get that? So pillar 3 actually is, again, about looking at life as a miracle, as a gift. I told you at the beginning, all the things that I had gone through, I've been able to see them as blessings, as gifts, as miracle. And what is a miracle? Marianne Williamson said it very well. Miracle is a shift of perception from fear to love. If I choose to believe that my entire journey happened for me, for my growth, for my evolution, actually, my soul had chosen this. And then the more I awaken, the more miracles, the more magic of transformation I experience, because I was given a free will to choose and take 100% responsibility for my life. I get to choose. And if I get to choose to align with the magic and miracles of my true nature, actually, you will need to do less work than more work, because there will be more of what is called a flow, magnetism. The more you increase your vibration, the more you live in this sphere of magic and miracles. Some call it 5D frequency, right? Heaven on earth. The more ease there will be in your life, the more doors will open, there will be more flow. And what is the very good compass for you? It's of course your body, and it's your heart. If you're making a decision, if you're about to go, if you're doing something in your life, you have to see how you feel in your body. Your body is your compass. If you feel pain somewhere, if you feel very paralyzed or something, you've got to then start to question this process. Am I feeling like this because of the programming I have received? What was I told when I was a kid? If I do that, maybe somebody told you, stop trying so many times, you are a failure. And here you are trying to launch a project and you are petrified. Why are you petrified? Because somebody told you you can't. But what I know is that this fear is there for one reason only: for you to bring light into that fear, power, which is love. Love yourself so much that you say, you know what? Oh, hello, fear. Feel the fear. Do it anyway. I will prove to you that I can do it. So, like, your body is this compass, right? If you don't feel good, you are moving away from your source of power. You're moving away from this beauty of Divine Mother, right? So you need to, we can't escape. I mean, yeah, you can do whatever you want, right? But my guidance is, don't escape. You need to become very present, take some deep breaths and say, do I take responsibility for that feeling? 100% responsibility for this energy I'm allowing into my life? Is everything connected? Yeah, so this fear might be coming from this lifetime, from other lifetimes, from other people. Never mind. It's my business to choose to believe in myself, love myself, and see the miracle in whatever I am going through right now. And I'm going to choose to believe in myself, and I'm going to do it anyway. And then when you take one little step ahead, another step, the fear starts disappearing, because the fear is just another form of energy, and you get to choose to actually co-create with the highest, mightiest part of you, your higher self, your source, and you choose to align with the love within you, with the light within you. And you know very well the fear, the darkness can be illuminated only with the light. I mean, if you're going to fight fear with fear, woohoo, good luck. That's what we have going on on some frequencies on planet Earth, right? People going at each other, creating division, polarity. That's not what we do with the Lovetarian Way. With the Lovetarian Way, we ascend, we go higher with our consciousness. We choose to embrace the pillars. We choose to embody self-love. We radiate higher and higher. We vibrate higher and higher. And we start to, you could call it love infect everybody around us by our embodiment, right? So then the pillar 4 is very important in this process to complete this beautiful alignment of you within this temple, is the Lovitarian Nourishment. Because, you know, this is like working that muscle. You've got to embrace what serves you, the energies that serve you. So the Lovitarian Nourishment, primary form of nourishment, what is it? It's breath. You know, you can live without food for, well, last time I heard the dude in Scotland lived for a year. Okay, fine, good for him. There are people called breatharians, and they can just live on breath and take from the air all the elements that they need. Because what? We're quantum energy beings, and as such alchemists, we can alchemize whatever we need from air and live on that. That is another lecture, you know, and I'm not going to go into that right now. But it is possible. These people believe it. They achieve it. Whatever mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. That works for them. But breath, as a human being, as you stop breathing, for more than a few minutes, you're out, right? You're done with this body, you're moving on. So what? The primary form of nourishment would be to breathe in a way that helps you connect with your higher self. The breathing I have asked you to perform at the beginning of this class: 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out, even breaths in, even breaths out. This is a very balancing breath. You do it for a few minutes, you will create what is called coherence between your energy centers, between your mind and your heart, and you will start balancing your beautiful biochemistry, and you will be very much at peace. You will be actually nourishing your being. You'll be feeling a sense of peace, gratitude, love, care, compassion, whatever. So plenty of goodies, right? So breath is a primary form of nourishment, and it is without a doubt 99% of people, they don't breathe consciously, they don't breathe deeply. People breathe too fast, people breathe too much. So if you want to check if you're breathing well, we call it properly, healthfully, correctly, you can take a timer, put it on 1 minute, and you can then count how many breaths you take. Average human takes anything as much as 15 to 20 breaths. But it has been written recently, even by James Nestor in his beautiful book, Breath, that after many, many years of research, sourcing from ancient knowledge, the breath that we want is 5.5 breaths per minute at rest. Well, if you are that, awesome, right? If you're not, then there's practice. So then keep practicing 5 breaths, on count of 5, breathe in, on count of 5, breathe out. And do that, practice that, and you will balance your being more and more and more, right? Next form of nourishment, it is, of course, taking responsibility for the energies that we take in, right? Whether it is loving thoughts or it's hateful thoughts, it is beautiful feelings, embracing beautiful feelings, or the nasty feelings. No judgments. I'm just using labels for the purpose of explaining. It is what it is. It's a journey, right? The more you embrace the Lovetarian thoughts and feelings, words and actions, the better for you. The more Libertarian you will become and transform your life, because everything mirrors everything, right? The nasty mirrors nasty, the lovely mirrors lovely, right? And then what else? Of course, water. That's why I have it. That's my favorite drink. Water. We are 70% water, some of us even 70%. Water is a beautiful receptive energy. Water takes in everything. You can pray water with loving thoughts and feelings and say, I bless myself with this water, and the water shall bless you. And there had been experiments done by Dr. Emoto, who imprinted different feelings on the water, and it shows how water crystals, how they act when you speak to water with love as opposed to hate and some fearful, horrible words. So now imagine if that is showed on experiments, what does that mean to you if you're 70% water, right? I mean, I have done experiments on plants myself. One plant I was talking, can I say shit to? Yeah. And then the other plant I was talking loving thoughts to. Oh, the difference was enormous. The difference was enormous. The same thing I had done, because everything is vibrational frequency. So what I had also done, I put one plant next to my Wi-Fi router and another plant. And after a while, the plant started to not look so good. And then after a few weeks, I moved it and I started to talk to it with love, and it flourished. So water is a very receptive energy, and it takes in whatever is imprinted upon it. So keep that in mind. Drink your water, clean, purified, filtered water with a blessing. So imprint your water with the energies that you want to take in, right? And of course, I choose to eat predominantly plant-based nutrition, but it is my choice. I just choose not to eat my brothers and sisters' animals. Occasionally, I have some fish. I have years when I had not eaten fish, just plant-based. We are all different, and I had found out that it's better for me to actually eat fish on occasion. My body feels better with it. It will be sustainably caught. It will be as organic as possible, ideally if I can catch it myself, right? You know, we've got to live in this reality as well, and we get to choose what we get to choose. So you need to choose what is nourishing for your body. We are all different. Seek light, love, and really life energies that you want to introduce into your system, and you'll be fine. So those are the pillars. How are we with time? Let me just check before I go on. Oh, Jesus Christ, 1 hour. I don't know if I can make it in 1 hour 15. Well, bear with me, there will be a recording. So the algorithm of co-creation is the tool that I had also received, which will allow us actually to co-create with much more awareness. And this formula I have received in 2011, and it evolved with me as I evolved on my journey. Basically, I saw it as a formula, mathematical formula. So everything is a form of energy, as I said before. And this energy vibrates at different frequencies. So every thought has its frequency. Every emotion has its frequency. And ancient teachers already told us that there are two predominant energy fields within that beautiful field of the Mother Creatrix, right? There's the light and there's the darkness. Call it love versus fear. And this is the polarity that makes the world go round, okay? It's not good, it's not bad, it's just what it is, light and darkness. Now we are on this evolutionary, beautiful journey at the dawning of the golden age of miracles, and we can all choose to align with love and light and experience beautiful, illuminated era in the consciousness of humanity, right? So to do that, what do we need to do? We need to balance all this fear, all this darkness that have been running planet Earth for a very long time. It's time for a change. It's time for actually balancing, right, of the energy fields. So this is the formula that basically goes like this. You know, we think, what, 50, 60,000 thoughts per day? Of course, they are all of them are not creating, because if they were, we would be manifesting like this, right? So there are certain thoughts that have been put into our being, as you know, when you are a kid, right? They have been implanted into us, and they have got empowered by one of those two emotions, very strong emotions, emotion, energy emotion. When that gets stuck to a thought that you keep thinking over and over again, it empowers the thought, and it creates a feeling in your body. And the feeling creates a state of your being. And from that state of being, you get to act. And what? You get results in your life. And that is called your life. And this algorithm, it never sleeps. And it's not linear. It is a spiral. You get to activate it more and more consciously with more ease and depth the more you practice. And you get to choose to activate it consciously, or it runs on autopilot unconsciously to you, operated by what? Subconscious, right? Which had been programmed by the age of 7 years old. And also, it gets run by the program that your soul had chosen for you. But we know now that there are a lot of paths you can take within that destiny or the plan that your soul has for you. You can get to align however you want, as long as you're going to choose love and light, because that's the dominant program that is running in the world now. Let's all ascend into love and light. So whatever you do that will align you with that love, with that light, with that source within you, you can override it all. And you can practice this process consciously, right? And you go deeper into it, deeper and deeper. The more you practice, the better you become at it. So this class will be on replay, so you can make notes later. But now I just want you to be very, very conscious here with me. And again, your body is a compass, right? When you are activating this process, you will see how you feel. Emotions that are deriving from fear, they will take you down, and you will start creating the life of a downer. Basically, misery, poverty, judgment, criticism, disease. Not cool. I mean, for me, it's not acceptable anymore. Maybe for some of you, it is still acceptable. I have chosen to awaken and liberated myself from suffering, and I would like to invite you to do the same. So therefore, embrace the feelings that derive from the energy of love, and they go higher and higher and higher and higher. And you can see here this upward spiral and downward spiral. So which one would you prefer to go? Do you want to create from higher levels of consciousness all the feelings deriving from love, appreciation, gratitude, joy, peace, all that? Or do you want to go down? Do you want to co-create heaven on earth or hell on earth? It's all good, no judgment, right? Your choice. Your gift is the conscious choice. You can align with the field of fear or the field of love. And depending on which way you're going to go, life is going to be quite different, right? That's like, we know that. So you get to choose consciously how to co-create your life by practicing the 4 pillars, conscious activation of the algorithm, to focus and align your state of being. So your energy, your vibrational frequency with the light within you, your higher self. It's all the same for me, really. Your soul. There are some, further, deeper meanings to it, but for now, this is just perfect. This is more than enough for you to practice. Basically, if you connect and realign with your source, choose love, choose light, your life is going to be transforming magically. And then you get to co-create what you think and feel and want to co-create. So the question is, where do you choose to focus? I know I'm going like on my right, love, peace, prosperity, unity, freedom. I'm not interested in the left field, on my left. So why living the 4 pillars matter? Well, we are 7 billion people in the world now, and scientists calculated that it only takes a square root of 1% of the entire civilization to start the transformation process globally. So actually 7.8 billion people living in the world today. 1% of that, it's what is needed to start the process, and then it's square root from that 1%. So 1% is 70 million people, and square root of apparently 78 million, my mathematics, man, okay, but you get it, there's just a typo there. 78 million people, square root from that is 8,831 people. I mean, is that a lot? That's like a tiny town, and people are already doing it. So the process had already started. We are co-creating heaven on earth. The question is how much you want to participate in that process by your own embodiment. How much do you want to liberate yourself from suffering, right? So are you one of these people to transform your life to co-create heaven on earth reality and be the way shower? Shine your unique light? Because, the whole story of competition, it's an old story. It's an old story. It's no longer the truth. We are all unique race, unique light in that field. And there's nobody that has the code, the DNA, divine and carbon-based DNA that you have. You are unique. You are a genius in your own right. You are the butterfly. You just need to dare to live this. And in the field that is saturated still a lot with the fear, and please stop watching news if you're still watching mainstream news. I stopped 12 years ago. My God, stop. Be responsible for the energies you take in, right? Watch more of stuff like that. So your unique light is needed. Because whether it's 8,000 people or billion people, which we are going for with the Lovetarian Way movement and other movements like Sophia Code movement, Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, other beautiful teachers. My God, there are so many of us, right? And remember also another thing, I talked about coherence between your mind and your heart. When you are practicing all that I had told you, when you are doing the breathing, when you are doing your alignment, daily alignment, your conscious choice, what happens is your heart is such a powerful vibratory field. English again. Please forgive me. Your heart vibrates with such huge electromagnetic frequency that it can override your brain belief system, your mind's programming, 5,000 times. You see, even from HeartMath Institute, what they say, that the heart's electric field is 100 times stronger, and magnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than the brain's. So I'll ask you, do you want to think your way through it, or do you want to feel your way through it in your body? When you align your actions with the love in your heart, with the love in your body, when you do all those processes we talked about, when you consciously step into the temple of the Lovetarian way, you activate yourself. Yes, I want to do this. I consciously choose to do it. I choose to be a Lovetarian. I choose to embody the light. I choose to practice the pillars. I choose to consciously activate the algorithm. Your heart expands more and more. And the more you practice this, again, it will be radiating farther and farther and farther and farther, and you will literally be the love virus. So here's your 15-minute practice that you can do every day. Align your breathing. So first 5 minutes. Of course, if you have more time than 15 minutes, by all means, my God, sometimes I do it for hours if I have time, but 15 minutes will do every single day. So on count of 5 breaths in through your nose, and count of 5 breaths through your nose as well. If you can't through your nose because you have congestion, just do the mouth, do what you can. I mean, it's not that this is the only way. You do what you can to align, but ideally you want to do it through your nose. If you can't, well, use your mouth. What else are you going to do, right? So do that for 5 minutes. You can put a timer if you want. If you're new to this process, well, you are where you are on your journey. Nobody's judging here. You are where you are. That's where you start. The power is in the now, right? You can find on Spotify, on YouTube, whatever. There's so many places where you can find music that vibrates at the frequency, healing frequency of your heart, 432 hertz. Sorry, mouthful. It's written there, so you know what I mean. So find the frequency, healing frequency, and do this breathing for 5 minutes. So that is the first part of your process. And if you focus on your breath, it will help you just observe your thoughts. If you try to fight all those thoughts, we have 50,000 of them per day. If you try to control them, good luck. Good luck. Just observe it like clouds on the sky. They are coming and they are going, So there's the thought, you're stupid. Oh, there's the thought, you're ugly. Oh, there's the thought, I've got to take kids to school. Just don't get engaged. Keep breathing in and out, in and out. Focus on the music. Focus on your heart. Touch your heart. Keep breathing. Next 5 minutes, you'll start visualizing yourself receiving the light and love of your higher self, your friends in light. If you're talking already, touch your heart. Visualize yourself grounding into the heart of Mother Earth. So basically, the light is coming from above, and then you're grounding. You can even imagine from your root chakra, there comes a beautiful cord, and the cord goes all the way into the heart of Mother Earth, right? And then you do it for 5 minutes, and then the next 5 minutes, so have a journal next to you, pen and paper before you begin. Journal, and once you stop the visualizations, once you stop the breathing, see what is coming. This is your conscious observation process. Cease all judgment, okay? Whatever is coming, this is not the time to be judging yourself. If ever is any time to judge yourself, never. Observe. Be a conscious observer and get to choose to see, where is this coming from? What kind of programming is that now? Does that serve my highest and best good, or it doesn't? Does it empower me? Does it weaken me, right? So just let the pen touch the paper and go for it. Journal. See what comes out. And then once you look at all of this, choose to align your energies with unconditional love. Whatever poop might come out, you get to choose to align your energies with unconditional love. And you make a conscious choice to be at peace no matter what. You choose to observe. You choose to participate, consciously activating the algorithm of co-creation and practicing the 4 pillars. That is your 15-minute daily process. And you tune into your body throughout the day. And this is another vision I received in 2009, which actually ignited this process. In that vision, I saw that daily process. I heard the voice. So I was floating actually in between. I was floating on over the luscious green fields, and I was receiving the light of my higher self, and the angels were showering me with light. And I heard the voices, when you in balance, meaning you accept the entirety of you, your shadows, your darkness, all of it, balance it, love yourself. When you're in balance, we shower you with infinite abundance. Because, my friend, if you try to escape your shadows, we are dual beings, and we are now ascending to become all love and light. It is a journey, right? It is a journey. So if you fight this darkness within you, hey, that can be very, very difficult, and it can cause a lot of problems, like it did for me, right? I kept fighting as I was programmed, and I created disease. I created this eating disorder and all sorts of strange mirrors I kept getting, right? So you've got to love yourself. You've got to love yourself so much that if you see a shadow, if you see dark thought, say, I love you. Hello, my friend, time to transcend. It even rhymes, right? Hello, my friend, time to transcend, transmute, right, into love and light. Bring joy into it. Remember those high vibrational frequencies. Enjoy with this person. You don't have to be so serious about it. Breathe, visualize, see yourself surrounded by your friends. Know that the Mother Creatrix, she wants all the good for you. She really does. It's the programming that got you believe differently. And whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. So choose to believe that you are worthy, that you are an amazing, infinite, Lovitarian light being. Period. And you deserve to thrive in health, wealth, and happiness. Amen. And so it is, right? And I got the mantra for you to practice. If you want to practice it during visualization mentally, or if you want to do an incantation, like what I do, I just like take my hands up and I just imagine the light coming on me. I'm grounding, and then I scream, I dance. Maybe I do a little dance like figure 8 dance. The whole body gets to move, and I say, I accept the light. I receive the light. I am grateful for the light. I am grateful for the blessing. I embrace it. I enjoy it, and I embody it. And that is, my friend, vehicle mantra of the vehicle of ascension. And who is the vehicle? Well, you are the vehicle. Your body is the temple in which you are ascending. I know that some of us like to just float right out there. The fact is that we have chosen to have a human journey, and through our human body, we get to experience this beautiful enlightenment. Period. Okay, so there you go. You can do it by yourself, and you can transform your life, because what I have given you, and you have a replay, all you need is here. You maybe need to listen a few times, maybe you need to make some notes, but it's there. Just open your heart. But I have an offering for you if you want to go deeper with me. If you would like to be a part of a private group, have my guidance, here is what I have prepared for you, and it's very affordable, as I said. You will be, first of all, added to a private Facebook group, in which you will get to interact with those beautiful goddesses, women from all parts of the world. If they want to, they will interact with you. If you want to interact with them, they certainly are very loving, and they have been on this journey with me for 19 weeks through this beautiful workshop, which we then called Live the Lovetarian Way. And now the online program is called Transform Your Life. These women helped me birth it through their life experience, through their beautiful inspiration, through their transformations. I have birthed this little class, right? So you'll be added to that group, and you will also receive one weekly class, which will come on Sunday. So this will prepare you for the week ahead. I will guide you in that class. You will get to practice all the practices, and it is a recorded experience. But once you watch it, you get to interact in the group, and I am not having anybody give answers for me. You will be interacting with me at this moment in time. I can still do that. And you can interact with the women. But of course, I am your guide, the primary guide, right, of the Lovetarian Way. So you get to interact with me, and you get the class on Sunday. And the class is more or less an hour and a bit. As you can see, I like to go for it. So I'm not stingy with my time. The program will take 4 weeks. You will get 4 lessons for 4 consecutive Sundays starting this Sunday. And you can also post your questions, of course, in the group, and I will answer them personally. You don't have to wait for days. It happens like literally within a few hours. You know, I am just like loving being online. That's how I do my practice. That's how I guide. I've been doing this for years. I love, love, love. And you will know how much I and the girls love it, because when you go to that group, you can go to the guides section of the group, and there is like, I kid you not, like 150 plus recordings from 19 weeks. You can get to watch all those classes, and they will be able to interact with you, have fun with you, some fresh blood into the group, right? And you can, you know, build friendships, build community. It's a private group. Everybody knows this is private stuff. You know, everything is in the field anyway, but of course, whatever you say, it stays in that group. People are very respectful, very loving. This is our sealed, loving container, very safe space. Nobody is there who does not belong there, right? So that's that. So that is my offering. So the 4 classes will help you deepen your understanding of the 4 pillars and the algorithm of co-creation. You will get practical tasks to implement in your daily life, as well as assistance, whether you ask for it in the group. 100% responsibility. I am not going to be there and hello, how is it going? No, you are a conscious co-creator. By all means, ask. If you want to ask 100 questions per day, fantastic, that's not a problem. But the actual answers are within you. The more you connect with yourself, with the higher self of yours, the less you will ask questions. And you can also see that in progression of our workshop. At the beginning, there was like super intensity, like first month or 2. And then girls, they knew how to find answers within themselves more and more and more. But yes, there's gazillions of interactions there. So you get to choose to ask, yeah, and interact. Furthermore, by being in this group, you get access to those 19 weeks of recordings, which I just said, and they are so graciously welcome you in the group. I let them know that there might be new people joining, so there you go. Everybody knows. This is, of course, totally optional. You don't have to watch it. It's up to you how much you like to observe other people's journey. However, it is beneficial. And it can give you further perspective, because these girls, they had their own fabulous transformations and adventures and all sorts of, experiences. So what else? Now you have a choice. Choice number 1, choose to do nothing and continue to live the life you have. Great. 2, choose to implement what you've learned here. Watch the recording. Do it by yourself. Perfect. Or 3, choose to evolve with me as your guide and join me in this 4-week program. And it is very affordable. I have chosen the number that represents infinity and abundance and rebirth. So without further ado, it's $88. And what does that mean? I mean, for me, it's like ridiculous. What is $88 for 4 weeks program? Let's put it in perspective, right? $3 per day. So is it worth for you to pay that to get guidance to transform your life? And you're not going to be talking to a robot. You're going to be talking to a living woman who has gone through this, right? And other women, if they choose to interact with you. It's less than a premium cup of coffee per day. So what else is there to say? Yeah. So where will you be in 30 days if you choose not to join? Chances are, we're human beings, we are creatures of habit. Only you can answer that. My guess is where you are right now, or maybe not, whatever. Mother Mary told me in a very long session we had all night, Ascended Master Mother Mary, that I'm working with also through the Sophia Code, the mystery school. I had some issues I've been facing, and you know what? I asked her, I did the deep initiation with Mother Mary, and she told me, after all night of like really awakened vision, she said, you get to choose, my child. It's not good, it's not bad. She said, you get to choose. And I heard it that night, I don't know, 1,000,000 times. So I was just fed up. I was like, yes, I get it. Message received. I get to choose. You're not going to do it for me. It would be nice, wouldn't it? But I get to choose to align and choose, make a decision. It's my choice. If I resonate, I do it. If I don't do it. Simple as that, right? So what is your choice? We're starting this Sunday. If you choose to join, you'll be added to this group the moment you sign in. You can look through the videos and interact with beautiful goddesses. You might ask, how much time do you need to spend each day? Well, it can be as little as 15 minutes if you want. The important thing, you do it every day so that you build the energetic momentum of your transformation. You will be notified by email about your class. You will get a link to the video on Sunday. So you have a Sunday to watch it, and every 3 next Sunday. So this Sunday and then 3 next Sundays. The classes will be about 1 hour, knowing me probably 1:15, but I'll do my best to keep it to 1 hour. But you know, this is divine feminine consciousness. This is this beautiful, beautiful water that is pouring with love and light towards you. So just receive it, receive all this love and take what you want. You can move forward, you can move backwards. This is all recorded. Do what you will, align with what resonates with you. Make sure you, of course, interact with the women in the group, and I am there daily, several times per day, actually. If you need a little push, here are the testimonials again. I'm not one for pushing. I used to be, previous to my journey of awakening, as a fire, as an Aryan. I was excellent salesperson. Oh my goodness. Now I'm a true believer, and that's the name of my agency, actually, Win-Win-Win Solutions. If it's a win for you, it's a win for me. It's a win for everybody. So if you believe this is a win, success for you, just join us. So how to join? Go and open a browser if you'd like. Type in the link below right now to make sure everything works, and you will come to a page that looks like this. I'm going to show it to you now. Let me see. Yeah, you can type that link, www.NataliaPH.com/join, right? And then you just make a payment and that's it. I think I can show it to you. Let me see. I'll stop sharing. Yeah, here I am. And I will share something else. Share screen. Boom. Google. This one. Share. Yeah, so you come to this page. Transform your life. Very simple. Nothing complicated. You come to this page. You scroll down. Click to continue. And there you see it. Once you click, you have it. Very simple. I mean, no brainer. You pay with your card and you are in. So I'm going to take some questions. My God, I was staring at you know, at the slides, so I didn't see how many comments were coming in. Let's see if there are any questions. Here, I'm going to just put the link for you again, so you can do that if you would like. And I'm going to answer the questions. And thank you, by the way, for staying with me. Some of you are still here. How awesome is that? Let's see. Share, share, share again. Window, boom, this, gadung. So you've got, this is the address to join. And I'm going to, while you're playing, I'm going to see what people were saying. Oh, lots of kisses, lots of roses, lots of hearts. Me too, me too. Love that you're open to share, receive beautiful energy. Thank you, thank you. We are like plants. Yes, Jackie. Mekna, am I speaking your name correctly? Thank you for your kind words. Natalie, thank you. Thank you so much. Sharon, thank you so much. Forever grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Well, I love you too. I see, girls, you don't have any questions. Everything is very clear. No boys here, or maybe there are some silent boys, but so far we see just girls. Cool. So 133, you know, I'm all into beautiful numbers. 33 for me represents angelic presence within us, that beauty within us that surrounds us right now. So that, you know, that makes my heart swell. That makes my heart swell with love and light, with gratitude that you are all here. You know, that you have chosen to spend 1 hour, 1.5 hours in this class, that you're open and receptive to whatever has been said here. And if you resonated, well, join us, you know. $88 is not exactly a fortune. Everybody can pay that. I've been in a situation where I could not find money on food, but if something was catching my heart, I would find the money. So I chose an amount that really is small, I believe, relatively small. If you really want to, you will find it. If you resonate with it, if it's worth for you, we will meet you there. In the meantime, I would like to encourage you to please, please, please share this class anywhere, okay? Share it on Facebook, share it on social media, share it with others, because we're starting on Sunday, so there's plenty of time still for whomever to watch the replay and join us. So if you feel somebody would benefit from watching this class, please share. And that's it, since there's no questions, everybody seems to be content. I'm very happy to have had this privilege and joy of serving you. And let's see who we're going to work with in the group. And that's it. Namaste, beautiful sisters, beautiful brothers, if there are any. And I will be seeing you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Watch the replay if you want. Thank you so much. I'm going to go. Have a good day.